What's up, everybody? It's Box Office Banter, Cult Flick Symposium, bro. All in one. No, this is just Box Office Banter, but I'm also on Cult Flick Symposium, so check that out. Haven't done a review over there in a while, but you know what? Speaking of visiting things that happened earlier in the year, like this movie, me and Derek might be cooking up something soon. Maybe even tonight. I don't know. Just busy schedules, people. But, I'll still keep these videos coming out over here. And one that I revisited. I keep saying that, revisit. Not revisit. Visited for the first time. That was from earlier in the year. I finally watched Knock at the Cabin. Very hit or miss with M. Night, like most people are. But honestly, people act like M. Night's got these bangers, though, on his resume. He's got, for me, good ones on his resume. The only movie I love from him is Signs. Even Sixth Sense. Once the cat's out of the bag, I just don't really enjoy that movie that much anymore. I mean, let me speak on this a little more on my part. Very, very fucking good movie. I just don't have that all-time great type of vibe like most people do. And that's fine if you do. It just, that's fine. And that's just how I feel. Don't think I'm shitting on it. People think if you don't say it's the best thing since, I went there, people slice bread, that you do not like the fucking movie. I like it. I'm saying the only one I love is Signs. And you know what? There's been signs of him kind of returning to form for sure. I think Split was on fucking point. Didn't love it, but it was on point. And then I think Glass happened, and I kind of was like, oh, damn. Come on, bro. You had it. I thought you revived it. And then he comes out Old, and I liked Old. I didn't necessarily like the conclusion. It was okay. But it's one of those Shyamalan twists that actually didn't go like, oh, damn, bro, like Sixth Sense level, you pulled that off. Whoa, holy shit. Or, like Village level, where you're like, do the fuck what? This is what's going on? Which I get worked for a lot of people, but me, I'm like, monster movie, let's go. There's no monsters, what the fuck? Kind of pissed me off when I was younger, and I think my younger brain has kind of tipped me in that direction to still not like it. But this twist. Oh yeah, so I'm old. Ugh, getting ahead. Old. Yeah, it was just the okay twist. But this twist. Let me just talk about that real quick. I'm not going to say what it is or where it is or how it is, if it is, but I was very content with the direction that they took the end of this movie. And that sounds very front-loaded for me to just jump into that, but I gotta tell you, let's get it out of the bag. I really enjoyed with the route they took the ending here. Now, we're Tarantino in it. We're going back to the beginning. And characters. Let's talk about those characters right off the bat. That very first scene is so fucking engaging. It really sets up everything very, very well. Perfectly done. Batista. Let's talk about Batista in this movie. He's a fringe guy. You kind of wonder, coming out of wrestling, does this guy have it? He's had moments, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy, but does that really show his acting skills? You've seen him in other movies, of course, like Army of the Dead. He was decent enough. It's cool seeing him in a lead role there. A lot of people praise him for his early moment in Blade Runner 2049. How would he do in, kind of like the lead role here? I got to be real with you. Sucked. Just kidding. Sucked me right in. I love Batista in this movie, man. He is just perfect for this kind of role. I don't know if I want to dive too much into how the role is, but you can kind of get a vibe from the trailer, and those vibes are very on point. Batista doesn't do anything spectacular here acting-wise, but there's something about this type of character, and Batista plays it to a fucking T. Absolutely loved him in this movie. All the bad guys in general, it's kind of complicated because, it goes with the twisties and turnies and shit like that. But I'll say they performed well. I'm not going to go into, their aspirations and why they're doing this and if they're menacing and all that shit or not. Okay? Take that for what you will. The two leads, again, I'm not anti-woke. I'm not weirded out, but I just, every once in a while, I'll defend a movie like Bottoms. I'm like, oh my God, so well done. So well done with all of, the homosexual stuff in nature and things like that. But then I'll come back and like a movie like It's a Wonderful Life, and I'll be like, ugh, like I could feel you trying to force this on us. Don't like that. This movie, gay couple with a kid. just to defend my own ass here. Love the gay couple. Love the kid in this movie. They are phenomenal. I already like them as actors in general, and it feels like an authentic relationship. So once again, way to go, Hollywood, because I will still continue to call that out where I am, and not because I'm some gay basher or something like that. I don't mind what they're presenting to us. It's when it feels like there's a Hollywood checklist. Very done well in this movie. PG-13, pushing the limits here. Are we pushing the limits? No, but we're also, is M. Night ever supposed to be like the blood and gore, type of guy? Anyways, he fits the PG-13 horror mold pretty well. He's got a pretty good sweet spot there. It's like the rest of his movies in tone. Doesn't push the limits, but, you're watching an adult movie. It's not pandering and, being dictated at kids. You watch the movie and you're not like, oh, this is a watered down horror movie. It's a very mature, very well done PG-13 horror movie. Something about cabins, man. There's something about it. The woods. Maybe that's why Friday the 13th is like my favorite thing ever. I just eat up the wooded area scenery. And this film does a good job laying into that. You feel the stranded nature. You feel the fact that they're stuck. You feel the actors in this movie. You feel them just flat out stuck. It doesn't have to always be Ryan Reynolds and Buried where you're just trapped in a motherfucking, literal casket to die. It can be a movie like this where, yeah, you can get away, but you definitely are just like, well, where are they going to go? Now you're saying, well, yeah, of course, that's obvious, right? Not quite. There's some movies where you're like, yeah, I think you just get out and run away. This feels, maybe because it's so focused and just stuck there the whole fucking time, because most of the plot of this movie does take place in these woods, but it doesn't feel like they can get away, which is good. I like that. And overall, this movie, I think it does miss the mark on being great, but it is very, very fucking good. Better than I expected. And it might be my second favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie. I got to let it linger a little bit. If I would have watched it earlier in the year, then I think I could do that. But I didn't, so I'll let it linger now. It's been like 3 days, and definitely enjoy it. I'll definitely watch it again. It's well acted. It's well paced. It's well done. That's how we like it. Let's start steak, right? Or are you one of those weird, well done steak people think? But I don't really have a whole lot to say about this one. It didn't like lift me high or low. There wasn't things that was just like, oh my God, I've got to talk about that. It just did its damn job. And you know what? Sometimes that's good enough. Knock at the Cabin. If you didn't check it out for any reason, definitely do. Definitely worth your time. One of the better horror movies of this year. And I say horror, but it's not like just crazy shit, but it's, it has its place in the genre, the psychological type of thriller, type of horror-ish. Yeah. Good shit, people. I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. This is me playing catch up on a couple movies. Just did The Exorcist Believer 2, so check that out. Maybe I like that one a lot too, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. It's for you to find out, I guess. Anyways, like I said, love you guys. Y'all have a good one. Peace.